Are you a man wondering how to date after 50? Well, you are not alone and you've come to the right place because that's what we're going to talk about in today's episode. What's up, guys? I'm Emyli, head coach and co-founder at emlovz.com, and in 2012, I went on a 100 date experiment. Since then, I've been helping my clients find love, find marriage, find fiancés, find amazing girlfriends super fast with my coaching and matchmaking programs. And a lot of the men I work with are between the ages of 40 and 60, and a lot of them in the 50-year-old range, they're like, what the heck? How do you date in this new era? I feel like I fell asleep and woke up and all of the dating was different. If this is how you are feeling, you are not alone and I've got you. So let's stay tuned and we're gonna walk through how to date after 50 as a man. Dating after 50 as a man, define your goals. So if you found yourself either in a cycle of not so healthy relationships, or you're coming out of a great relationship that was super long and happy, but things just didn't work out, or maybe you're a widower, then it's really important that you don't just dive back in without doing a little bit of strategery. What does that mean? Well, you want to take a little relationship inventory. You want to get really clear on the patterns that you selected in the past. And actually, in my coaching program, this is one of the first steps that we work on together. So you want to really look at the women that you've selected in the past, what you liked and didn't like about them, and then you want to think strategically about where you might be able to meet a woman who has all of the positive, but none of the negative. Hint, this is probably not going to be at a bar. That's not going to be my recommendation. But you really want to make sure you define your goals based on your past relationship history. So what are your goals? It might sound a little bit strange to think about because maybe you're coming out of a marriage that you didn't think was going to end. Or perhaps you're coming out of a relationship and, it wasn't so healthy and you've kind of seen this pattern repeating over and over and over. Maybe you've met women who are narcissistic or you've been involved with those types of women or just generally toxic relationships. And the key is to really defining what exactly you're looking for so you don't keep making the same choices that didn't lead to the best results. So defining your goals. Are you looking for marriage again? Are you just looking to date again and gain experience? Maybe you got married really early and so you didn't really have that dating experience that you'd like to have. And now you're trying to sow your oats or get that back in. And it doesn't matter what your goals are as long as you know what they are and then you can communicate them without, misdirecting anyone. But so important to take a step and really think about what is it that I want from this dating experience? Am I looking for my forever person? Am I definitely not looking for that person and just looking to have experiences? What is it that I want? Set your expectations. So I hear a lot of my clients who are in their 50s, they're looking for a woman in her 30s who can have children. And while I'm not saying that's impossible, I am saying that an age range greater than 10 years is not statistically likely to work out. But if you are super, super hell-bent on getting a woman that you can have kids with, it's important to think through all of the things that you bring to the table that maybe a man in his 30s would not be able to compare to, and then to really present yourself in that way. And that's something that I talk about in my coaching program. We can actually design your profile with those things in mind. We can get really clear about what sets you apart from your competition and what makes you a competitive candidate for women who are younger. Though I will say it is so important to set realistic expectations. If you're the guy who is only looking for women 20 and 30 years younger, supermodels even, or just expectations that are a little bit off the mark, and maybe you're not a supermodel or a super wealthy dude, it's just important to really set your expectations. That doesn't mean that you have to settle. I teach in my program a philosophy I call mega dating, which is dating multiple people at the same time in a low stakes environment so that you can really choose the person who's right for you and so that you ensure that you're not settling for someone that you're not really excited about. But that being said, it's important to be realistic. And also in my program, I teach you how to fill up your dating funnel so that you can go on 1 to 2 dates a week with women that you're really excited about. If you're finding in your dating journey that you're not able to go on 1 to 2 dates a week, and you're realizing that it could be something to do with being super duper picky or having unrealistic expectations, it might be time to talk to somebody. And if you're thinking about coaching, or you think that maybe working with an expert could be a good fit for you, I would love to chat with you more. We can talk about your expectations and whether they're realistic. And you can book a new client session with myself or a member of my team over at emlovz.com/book. There we'll talk about your dating goals, your expectations, and the obstacles that you're running into in finding that truly exceptional woman. And I'll share a little bit about how my coaching program may be a fit for you. Dating when you're 50 and older can seem like a nightmare if you're new to the dating scene. You may have never used dating apps. You may have never used an online dating site. You might have met your ex-wife or your ex-partner through friends or family or however, and now you're in COVID, in a world where it's a little bit harder to meet people, and you feel like the millennials and the younger generations know everything about dating apps and you know nothing. Well, first things first, there are lots of people who feel like this, so you are not alone. But it is important for you to adapt to the new dating space. And the cool thing is using dating apps and online dating tools helps you to attract the most deeply compatible people possible. Using the algorithms that drive the dating apps, you are able, if you know how to set up your profile the right way, you're able to find women that you would have never met years and years and years ago. Back in the day, we were constrained to who we would be in the same neighborhood with. But now, with these apps, these dating apps, you can really find the perfect person for you. You don't need to settle anymore, and that's what's really exciting. But if you've never used a dating app in your life, it can feel really uncomfortable. You might not know which dating apps to use, which ones are going to get you the results that you want. You might have no idea how to set up a profile that's competitive and gets matches. And once you get all that out of the way, you might have no idea how to message women so that they respond and say yes to your date invitations. All of this I can help you with. In fact, this is what I specialize in and what I teach in my program in detail. If you're curious to learn more and you think it might be helpful to have some expert support, and you are smart enough to know that throwing spaghetti at the wall is a big waste of time, then I would love to chat with you. You can book a session with myself or a member of my team over at emlovz.com/book. But getting on the dating apps is mission critical to your success, and it can be really fun if you've never used them before. Speaking of dating apps, I'm going to give you a little tidbit. But first, if you like this video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment in the comments below. Okay, let me give you a little dating app hack. And I teach a lot of dating app hacks in my program, so you don't have to master the dating apps because I've mastered them for you, and I can get you hooked up with the right people. But one of the hacks that nobody knows about, especially my guys in their 50s, I know how you are. A lot of you guys are looking for women who are much younger than you, or just even a little bit younger than you. And so you set your filters to, maybe 35 to 45 or 30 to 40. And here's the trouble. The algorithms that run these dating apps basically calculate how valuable you are and then show you to women who are in that same market value. So as many right swipes as you get, or as many hearts as you get, that is like giving yourself a point on the dating app algorithm. So let's say of 100 people that you swipe right on or that you heart, if you get 100 swipe rights back, your ELO score is going to be very high. So your market value on the dating apps is going to be very high. But if you swipe right on everybody because you set your filters to 35 to 40 or 30 to 40, and you didn't get any swipe rights back because the girls in their 30s are looking for guys in their 30s, then your ELO score may be very low. And so the dating app may have determined that your market value is not very high, in which case they're going to show you to other women who don't get many right swipes. And this, I guarantee you, is not going to be the type of women that you want to bring home to mom or that you want to see again. So what you want to do, okay, this is a hack. It doesn't mean you have to go out with women who are older than you. But what I recommend you do is you set your age filters to 10 years younger to 10 years older. The women who are older, don't swipe right on them unless you would actually go on a date with them. But what this is going to do is it's going to open up your filters so that you get more right swipes, because you're going to be more competitive when older women are looking at you. You'll get more right swipes. And as you get more right swipes, the algorithm is going to deem you more valuable, and it's going to show you to more attractive and valuable women. So that's just one of the many dating app hacks that I teach in my program. If you'd like to learn more about that program, head on over to my website at emlovz.com, and you can book a new client session with me or a member of my team, and we can chat a little bit more about our coaching programs and how we can help you find the love that you deserve. A pause for some good news. So if you're feeling discouraged because you're in your 50s and you're single once again and you thought maybe you'd never be single again, I do have some good news for you. As we age, women begin to outnumber men. So the older you get, the more women there are, which means you have more opportunities and less competition the older you get. So actually, you're in a beautiful place to meet lots of people. And a lot of my clients in the program that are in their 50s and older do so good because all the women are after them because there are less of them. So good news for you. Don't be sad, be happy. Start taking adult classes. So if it's been a while or forever since you've taken yoga, try a yoga class or a workout class at your gym. This is a great way to meet women in person, and if you strategically select locations that your ideal girlfriend would be located, then you'll be able to get in front of more women faster. And this is something that I teach in my program, actually. We get very crystal clear on exactly who you're looking to attract based on your past relationship history. So we take all of the good and we get rid of all of the bad, and that gives us information about where to go to meet women in person. And then from there, I recommend that you go once or twice a week to the same activity or group so that you get to know women in person on a regular basis. Studies show that the more often someone sees you, even if they haven't spoken to you, they're more likely to perceive you as attractive, and they trust you a lot more, which makes it easier to approach and invite somebody on a date. So start taking classes if you're not doing so already. One of my favorite ways to meet women, especially if you're dating in your 50s, is by volunteering. Look, if you have been in narcissistic relationships or toxic relationships, or you're just trying to find a woman who compares to your ex-wife or someone who is really amazing, a wonderful place to meet women who are thoughtful, kind, and generous is through volunteering. You can find places to volunteer through Volunteer Match or similar sites, and then you can actually strategically select volunteer opportunities where your ideal girlfriend is likely to be located. This is an awesome way to weed out gold diggers or narcissists or selfish women, and a guaranteed way for you to meet more people who are thoughtful, caring, and give back to their community. Freshen up your wardrobe. If you haven't bought new clothes in decades, now is the time, my friend. And when you buy new clothes, I want those clothes to be trendy. In my coaching program, we actually have a celebrity stylist that you can book a session with that will walk you through what you need to get for your body and what you've already got in your closet. This will help you to show up as your most attractive and sexy self. And if you don't think clothes are important, I will tell you they are so important in dating. And it's more so that your clothes are on trend and that they fit your body well. And so if you bought your clothes 5 or 10 years ago, those are not going to be on trend. They're going to send all kinds of subconscious signals to the women that you're dating that you are not a valuable guy. And so the women are going to look elsewhere. So it's really, really important that you dial in your wardrobe and get yourself fitted and committed. Don't settle. I know it can be really easy when you find somebody you kind of like to just stop dating altogether, but that's why what I teach, my philosophy in my coaching program, is called mega dating. It protects you against settling for the wrong woman. It protects you from getting into toxic relationships, especially if you've seen that as a pattern in your past. It really helps you to select the most compatible, most amazing woman for you, and it is proven to have worked time and time again. I have so many clients in my program that are now getting married, they're engaged, they're in the relationship of their dreams. It is amazing. But what mega dating is, it's the process of dating multiple people at the same time to diffuse your energy and increase your confidence. It is a low stakes dating opportunity, so it's not dinner dates, it's more like coffee or tea or cookie dates. And that allows you to compare and contrast different women so you can really spot the red flags, and you're going to protect yourself from settling for the mediocre. Every week you go on 1 to 2 dates, more if you want, and that helps you to really see what is out there. It shows you that there are plenty of fish in the sea, and it protects you against getting into a relationship too soon with a woman that is not right for you, which I know from experience can wreak absolute havoc on your life. Don't be taken advantage of. A study in 2019 revealed that 22 to 33% of women had agreed to go on a date in the past simply to get a free meal. This is a huge no-no, you guys, and it is so easy for a woman to say yes when you're inviting her to a fancy restaurant. But my studies have shown in my 100-date experiment that actually doing dinner on a first date is a terrible idea. It doesn't matter if you're the richest guy in Babylon, you don't want to set yourself up for failure or being taken advantage of by having dinner on a first date. And a lot of my clients, they're really kind men, they're super hardworking, they're very generous and thoughtful, but they get taken advantage of by women all the time. And so part of the way that we correct that is we make our first dates $10 or less. So you want to really constrain your time and your money. So we also make those first dates an hour or less. So those two things, by making your time and money hard to get, helps her to perceive you as more valuable, and it weeds out the gold diggers or the women who are just trying to take advantage of you. Look, I know it can be really overwhelming when you're coming out of a divorce, or you haven't ever been on a dating app, or you just don't want to do the wrong things and beat your head against a brick wall. I can tell you're a smart guy because you're watching this video, and if you're looking for expert help on your dating journey, that is exactly what I specialize in. I would love to chat with you if you are thinking that coaching may be a fit for you, or just having that support behind your dating journey. Book a new client session with myself or a member of my team over at emlovz.com/book. During that session, we'll talk about your dating goals, the obstacles holding you back, and how my coaching program may be a fit for you. That wraps up this video, guys. If you like this video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment in the comments below. You can also follow us on social media. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.